Hi everyone, good evening. Okay. So I think in the last class we started with pandas. We will be continuing the same. We'll be completing the pandas filter operation today, right? How to filter your data selection part. Yesterday we discussed about creating data frames. So we have two methods. One is data frame method and one is read underscore method. Just let me quickly revise what we have seen. So we understood how to create data frames. We have two methods, data frame, which will take the object or the data, and then we have option here to select or to specify the index row name and column name, right? Also, we discussed about read method, which will help us to read any kind of file, starting with CSV, Excel, any kind of file to data frame. Once we have done modification to write, we can use to method, right? Again, we have a lot of options based on what you want, what format you want. You can specify CSV, Excel, we have Hadoop, we have ORC format, SQL table if you want to write back to SQL table. So we have all of these options. Today, what we are going to do is once we have created a data frame, what all different operations we can perform on that data frame, and also functions, right? So function in the sense, what are the different things that I can do on my data frame that we will discuss today. So if I just look at my data frame 2 that I have loaded yesterday, let's say if I just call this head method will print the number of rows starting from the first row, right? I can see there are some data which is a number, some data which is a text, and some data which is a date. You can see here date column contains date, average price column contains number, and if you just scroll right, you can see type, region. So these are text data, right? Type, conventional, organic. Region, we have the location name, and then we have year. So it's a combination, it's a mixed kind of data where we have text data, we have number data, we have date format. So just to make you understand, in pandas, if you have a date column, like in SQL, we have a date data structure or date type. In pandas also, we have a date type. And if you have any column which is date type, it is always the first task that you need to do is you need to convert any date to pandas date format, right? So the first method that we will understand today is pandas to date time method. What we're trying to do, we have a date and it can be in any format. Sometimes it can be in text format. Before we jump, there is one more method that we need to understand. How I will know which column is of what type, right? I have 10, 15, 30, 300, 3000 column. The question that I'm going to answer is how I will know the data type of each column. And you no need to try one by one. There is single function called info. So info means information about your data frame. You just call this info method and you will see entire history of your data, like how many total records are present, the total 18,000 records, how many total columns are present, what is the type of each column, like date, average price, total volume, total bags. So what all are the type? So which are integer type, float, object means string, right? So you can see total 9 floating columns, 3 integer columns and 3 object type. Again, the memory, like it will take 2.1 MB of total space. So the total memory and count, data type, everything, all the information about the entire data you will be able to understand just by calling a simple function called info. And here, if you see the date, the type of date is interesting because the date, the type of date is object, means what? It is a string. So in the data set, when we look at this data frame, we understand the date is an object type. Now in real time, when you want to apply a lot of functions related to date, for example, you want to create a column from this date where you want to store only the year information, only the month information, right? Let's say you want to shift difference, lot of date time series related operation you want to perform, you cannot do that when your type is object. So what is the first method that we're going to learn? That is called toDateTime method. What I'm going to do here, PD means pandas dot. There is a method called toDateTime. If you are confused, you are not sure how to spell it or something, you can always hit tab, autocomplete. Right? So toDateTime, and within bracket, I will write, I just want to convert my DF to date column. What is the column name? Date column to toDateTime, right? So what is the meaning of this particular line of code? Maybe I will run it and I'll show you so you will understand. I have executed a line of code, and then again, if I just type info method again, you will see that date type is changed to date time. You can see here. Before it was object, which is a string. But once I have called this date time function, you can see it has been converted to pandas date time formats. You can see date time 64. Right? So what method we understood so far? Two method, info method and date time method. What is the objective of date time method? It will convert your data to pandas date time. And why we need it? So if you go to pandas date time, and if you learn the documentation, you will understand. Sometimes we have time zone, right? We want to convert, right? From US time zone to India time zone, or sometimes what we do is we calculate lag. Sometimes we shift the time window to 1 or 2. Let's say we have date in YYY, and some other format, let's say DD. So you want to convert the format, or you want only month column separate, day column separate. So any kind of time series operation you want to perform on your date. If it is a pandas date time, you will get direct functions and you can apply pandas function on your date. But if it is not, you cannot apply. So first step is you can convert any date to pandas date time function, right? And I can give you a small example. Let's say if I look at my df2.head, right, only the first record, if I just print my first record, df2.head of 1, right? So this is how my data is. Now let's say it is in YYYY month and date. I want to create a separate column which will contain only the date or month information. So how to create a new column, that also you will learn here. To create a new column, you will write the data frame name. In bracket, you will write the new column name. So in this case, my new column name is month. You can check month column is not available. You can see here, month is not there. I want to create a month column. And how I want to create? I just want to take the date column. I just want to take the date column. And I want to apply pandas function called month. Okay. I'm expecting some error here. I think DT, right? And now what happened? So if I just look at what happened right now. So I just called a month function. You must be asking me from where I got this. It is not like pd.month, but it is on date column, which is again a pandas datetime object. So that's the reason I was telling you to convert, because once you convert like this, there are a lot of functions related to time series, which is available inside pandas library. Directly you can apply. So if you just look at the data again, right? Maybe head of 5.
Can you explain the meaning of the previous?
Wait, please don't interrupt like this in between. Everyone, please go on mute. I will give time to everyone, right? Let me explain one concept. And once I am finished, please wait. I will ask you if you have any doubt. And that time you can unmute and ask any of your doubt. I will clarify, right? But please let me explain one concept. Otherwise, the flow will be disturbed, right? It's very important topic that we are discussing. So if I just look at the head now, you can see I have something called month. And this is a new column that has been created. Here, if I just look at my date, so based on my month, a new column has been created. That is called month column. Similarly, I can create day column. There are a lot of functions, dt.month, dt.year, dt.day, dt.week of the day, right? So all of these method, if you apply new, like it will basically split your date into month, into hour, into minute. We have functions like dot minute, dot hour, dot second, dot nanosecond. So a lot of level of segregation we can do. From the date column, we can create new columns. And this is the objective of creating or converting our date data into date time format. Right? Now you can ask me if you have any doubt. Any doubt in this? Did you understand this to date time method? Any doubt in this? Clear?
Ma'am, what is DT?
Yeah, so that is how it is the syntax. The syntax is like that. So if I just write month, it may throw error. Let me try that, right? Right. So it is taking this, basically, this is the syntax. I mean,
Okay.
there is nothing much for you to understand. Like, there's no concept. It is, this is how it is.
Okay.
This is the syntax.
Okay.
We can remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
What different?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
like if suppose in the date column, like we have got the data in such a way that like some are present in YY, MM and DD format, and some are present in YY.
Format method you can use to change the format of your date time. And maybe when we go to project section, we will explore more. So there are, why I'm touching and explore, telling you to explore, because we have ChatGPT. You can ask and you will understand. Having said that, when we go to project, we will explore the format part. This is a very good question, Charan, you asked. What he is asking is, let's say I want to change the format, right? Always every small function has lot of things inside it. For example, you want to know what is there inside to-date time. So you can go to the to-date time is where it is present, pandas, right? So you just learn the signature of the method and take help, right? That is how you will understand a lot about, let me write down, right? To-date time. So this is a pandas documentation of to-date time. And if you come here, you will see the signature. You can also take help question mark. But again, if you really want to know very detail, you can come to the site and you can see this is the signature, and you can see here there is something called format option. It will help you to format. Can you see here format? So these all things you can explore once you know the method, what is there inside. Let's say you have a right question. So you can ask to ChatGPT, will get your answer, right? Are you getting? But what is important is you should know that any data you have in date format, you can convert it to pandas date time. That ChatGPT will not tell you, but you should know. But if you want to do any changes, you can get direct code from ChatGPT. If you want to understand more, my advice, why I'm telling you to self-learn, can you see how many methods inside pandas? Just scroll down, you can see this is nothing. Like if you go down in your data frame, this is the overall methods, but only inside data frame. Can you see how many methods? Can you really remember? No, it's not possible. So what you can do? So we have these many methods. Literally, you cannot remember. So what you want, you ask and get the question and come to the site, take the signature of the method and see the example and try to understand. Eventually, when you are solving problem, this kind of situation will arise. Like, okay, sometimes I want to change format. So while doing, you will learn. Right? Once you know the basics, while doing, you will learn a lot. For me, I have not explored maybe 80% of this method in my entire 11 years of time, because I even don't know many of this method, what they does, because most of the time, whatever I need, I think 20, 30, 40 kind of methods are the most useful method to me. Having said that, maybe in future, I need something which is fulfilled by any of this method. Maybe I have to go through this method completely. If you ask me what is this data frame R service doing, I don't know. You ask anyone, many of them will not be knowing. But let's say I am curious. What I will do, click here, and then I will understand the description first. What is the description? Description is basically the doc string, and it will tell you what this method is exactly doing. And you can see a lot of examples. It's very nicely documented. For example, I have this data frame. I have angels, and then I have degrees, and then I have circle, triangle, all of this. This is my raw data, right? And let's say, what is this add method is doing? So basically add method is adding 1 to everything. What is this division method is doing? It is dividing everything by 10. So there is a add method, there is a division method, there is a R division method. So what is this R division method is doing? Basically, you can again go back and read about the documentation to know more. Get subtraction of data frame and other element wise binary operation, right? R sub is subtraction basically. And then you go down. Why I have not used? Because most of the time it is not that relevant, or maybe I have not encountered such situation where this method can be useful. Are you getting? There are a lot of methods in pandas. Literally everything is not possible, and it is not recommended to know everything also. You just remember 20 to 30 methods, which will solve 80 to 90% of your problem. To solve any kind of problem, you just need 20 to 30 functions that we heavily used. One of such function is toDateTime. And everything that is there in toDateTime, everything that you need to explore. You cannot simply skip. How to explore? By going to the documentation. For example, you have a question format. There is a format option. Now you don't know what is format, just go down. You will see lot of examples. You can see here, for example, let's say unit. So you want to change the unit, right? So there is an option of unit, and you can write what unit you want to change till second. So you can see the date has been converted to second. Nanosecond unit, till that level also you can change, right? And let's say you want to change the format. So while you are calling toDateTime, there's an option called format, comma format, YYDD, whatever format you want, you can write. See, this is an example. So this is how you can learn. So this is a great example. Everything is there in the documentation. And then if you go down again, you can see some more things that you may not have a question, but when you are exploring, you will understand. So how to read? The path is, first you should know what to read, because pandas is very vast. Hence onwards, whatever libraries we are picking, everything is vast. Pandas is vast, sklearn is vast, 100 plus algorithms are there. Plotly is vast. If I just show you the documentation of Dash, like the Dash Plotly documentation, you will go mad. So entire web development will come here, right? So Plotly is vast. Deep learning is vast. Docker itself is a huge content. So the main objective of joining these cohorts is to know what is important, to get that 80% done by learning 20% and fast. If you keep learning pandas, it will be like maybe for a month. If you keep learning every function one by one, it will be maybe for so long. But as an maybe person who is in industry, quickly within 2 seconds, I can tell you which functions are important. For example, if I look at it, I know melt is important, pivot is important, crosstab is important, qcut is important, merge is important, concat is important, unique is important, is null is important, not null is important. Rest all you can skip. And that's done. That saved your time. Now what you need to do next? You know what functions are important. Again, inside each function, you have 100 of parameters. Let's say I told you pivot table is important. Now you can see inside pivot table, I may be explaining 1 or 2 or 3 parameters. It is not possible for anyone to explain you every parameter. You can understand why, right? But what you can do is, you know what you can, now it is already filtered. 20 function, you know that you need to learn. Now inside the 20 function, the function how to use, you know. Maybe 1, 2, 3 best parameter, which is very helpful, that I will explain. But there are certain other parameters. If you ask me what parameter is important in pivot table, data is important, value is mandatory, index column, arg function, these 4 functions are very important parameter. I will not explain you margin, drop and a field value, margins or name. Maybe that is your responsibility to explore further. Why I will not explore? Because for filling and dropping, we have separate method in pandas, that I know. So most of the people, they don't use it. But having said that, margins and margin name, you may be curious and explore. So what is your task? Your task is, in every library hence onwards, whatever library I'm covering, and whatever functions, whatever things that I'm covering in the class, you need to be expert about those things completely. Like all the parameter you should know. You cannot skip. I am already telling you what you can skip. If you just look at this page, out of let's say 30 functions, I filtered 5 functions for you or 7 functions. And for every function, I have explained you 1 or 2 parameters. Now it is your responsibility or your assignment to go back to your home and explore other parameters. If you have any doubt, you come back and ask me in the next class. Please do not expect spoon feeding. In this in this world, it is not possible for any instructor to spoon feed. Once you know the path, you have to deep dive. If you have any doubt, let's say in tomorrow's class, you can ask me, okay, what is margin's name? That I try to understand through an example, but could not. Most of the time, if you look at the example, it is so detailed, everything you will understand. But still, if you have some doubt, you can always ask me and I will explain. So that is the way you should learn. Why I'm talking so much? Because it is a vast syllabus and this is the mistake 90% of the people are doing. I don't want you to repeat the same mistake. You should be in the top 10% who learn very fast many things and crack interviews. Ultimately, goal is crack interview. If I'm taking interview, I will not be knowing pandas. Let's say this function wide to long. This is not important, but I must be knowing QCut. I must have used pivot table. I must have used melt. Are you getting? So what to learn and how much to learn? How much to learn? Answer is everything that I'm talking, you should be expert. If you are skipping, skip it totally. If you are learning, learn it completely. So in pandas, you cannot simply skip any parameter from any of this function. Same with the read method, same with the write to method, right? Same with info has no parameter, but a lot of functions has parameter and you have to explore parameters. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Is that clear? Why I'm saying? Because it is, I mean, you will, everything is vast. I mean, if you keep exploring things like this, so you will be in pandas forever. Are you getting? So whatever is necessary, I'm talking, and if anything extra you want, there is always an answer you can get. For example, format. Yes, it's a very valid question. And there's a direct parameter. If you just write this simple sentence like df2 dot, let's say to date time, right? Sorry, pd dot, right? Pandas dot to date time and then question mark. Can you not see here format? Right? And then if you go down here also, you can see examples. See all the examples. So this is how make a habit of learning like this. See here, format example is there. So hence onwards, if you have any doubt before asking me, you take this help and then you ask me. Right? Why I'm talking? Because this habit, if you don't have, you cannot really complete the syllabus. We have every module is vast. I mean, if you go to deep learning, Keras, we have a lot of things to remember. In Dash, we have a lot of things to remember. In Pandas, a lot of things to remember. And everything is important. Really, you cannot, when you are getting, so how much to know and what to remember is very important. So filter is the best solution to crack interviews. Not everything is important. It's something like by learning 20 methods, your pandas 100% is covered. Nobody is going to ask you any other method except those 2015 methods because they themselves are using those methods only. Though there are 2000 methods, if you go to Pandas book, it is 2000 page book, orally publication. But out of that, maybe 100 methods, only 10 to 15 methods are important. Methods are important. Every parameter of that method is also important. For example, what else you can explore? Maybe your assignment is you can explore this day first, year first, UTC, very important parameter, UTC. You want to change unit, like nanosecond, second, hour, you can explore this. Info datetime format, such an important method. Info datetime format is also important parameter. So you can explore how to explore. Either you take example or you ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give you complete solution. Is this clear to everyone how to learn? Don't think I'm asking doubt and ma'am is telling me to go through examples and Google and ChatGPT because This is not a traditional Python or Java course where I have a specified syllabus. Okay, function is done. Okay, variable is done. Exception handling is done. Tick, tick. No, it is so vast. If you keep learning, it is a never ending syllabus. So
I have a
the
question.
approach is very important, right? And once you know the objective of this entire course is not to spoon feed. This is not going to help you, especially in the artificial intelligence world, right? Things are changing here. So you need to be very much self-motivated person. I mean, don't expect anyone to tell you anything. Just, you know the path, you need to work on that. You need to do everything possible on that. Path means what? Path means every module, what to learn. If you know that, and if you know the examples, practicing more on that is your assignment. You know Pandas date time. What else I can do with Pandas date time? That is your assignment, not the instructor assignment. It's not me. Anyone, even if you go anywhere, you take any course, they'll teach you just 1 or 2 parameters. But having said that, every parameter is important. This method itself is important. Now you know that this method is important. Your assignment is, you go, you check the help, you take every parameter, you copy this and ask ChatGPT, what is this every parameter? Give me one example of every parameter and explain and try to understand. So that in future, if you need such situation, easily you can correlate. Okay, I know this can be done. Oh, this EST should be converted to IST. I know in Pandas, date time, I can do that. So this is important. Remembering is also not important. To know from which function you can do what. That is important. Anyway, code is there in today's world. Which function to call, right question you can ask if you know at high level what is there inside each function. Right? Okay, so much of talking. Sorry for this, but I have
A
to tell you this.
quick question,
Yeah.
Sasmitha. You mentioned in the beginning that to take help from GPT, Chat GPT, ask question, and then dig into that what function you can help. What do you meant by that? Can you please elaborate in brief? I know you already
Yeah, I'll give
discussed
you
that.
one example. I think this is very much, you can do it yourself, but let me give you one example, right? Okay, so I will just copy this. Let's say this
Want
is,
to
I just want to learn about Pandas pivot table, okay? I'll copy this. I don't know. Let's say today I'm learning Pandas first time, pivot table. You can write, I am beginner, or maybe I am completely new to Pandas. Teach me like a kid, right? With lots of example for each, for each parameter of the below method, right? And then you paste it. Whatever it will generate doesn't matter, but you can see this is what we are in this world. So, I mean, you understand, right, what I'm talking about? So we are in this world. Yeah. And business doesn't care whether you are writing yourself or ChatGPT. What they care is time, how fast you can generate result. Are you getting? So this is so nice way of understanding yourself. What you really need is, to date time is important. What to focus and what to skip, so that you can save your time. And this, see how nicely it has given the explanation. You can actually create notes by yourself, right? If you just look at it, let's take this add function example, which is a parameter in pivot table. And there is an example. See here, and how you can use add function sum, and then this is the output from the data. You just go down, you can see the function to use aggregation. Default is mean, right? Every function replace missing values with this value, right? And you can see the output margins. Are you getting? This is a real-time example. Like this, you should learn. Everyone is clear what I'm talking. So that era is gone where you need to Google and you need to ask the instructor whether, are you getting one by one? So ChatGPT is your instructor. So what is the best thing that you can ask me is how much to focus, what to focus, which all are the important areas, what is the flow of the project, more real-time oriented. Coding wise, I think ChatGPT will be your best instructor. If you know how to ask questions, you'll get very good result. Same with you. If you want, let's say you write your question and let's say I have date column in DT, YYYY format, right? Convert to, let's say, YYMMDD. Just, and you can see the output. Now, can you understand this code now? Leave this. But can you understand this code now? If you look at this code, can you understand? Yes, very much. And this is what is the intention of this course. Not to teach you every parameter, but to teach you the base method. But if you don't attend this class, right, you will be still understand, but I think 2 daytime always will be a confusing. Okay, is this a pandas method? So from where it came? But now when you know the base method, the parameter, okay, you will, from this example, you will understand, okay, in 2 daytime, there is a format method which I have not explored. Okay, using this, I will able to do this. Maybe next time, you no need to ask this to ChatGPT. Once you have asked and you know, next time you will remember and do. Riveting. So everything, don't worry about coding at all. Everything is already automated. So you just understand and focus on the flow and important things to focus and what you can skip. Right?
I think you mentioned that you're going to provide us a cheat sheet by the when the Panda ends. So for the interview, from the interview perspective, those methods that you provide in the cheat sheet should be enough.
Yes, enough. So Panda's method that I am talking here is, I am 200% sure, and you can keep me, I will give you in writing if you want, the methods that we are covering. I don't know if there is a latest release, new methods added, that I cannot guarantee, but if I take today's situation based on today's release of Pandas, that is more than sufficient. Okay, every task you can perform. I will just give you 25 to 30 methods, not much, and everything you can do using that.
And within each method,
you will be surprised. You will, and I'll tell you one more thing, okay? Because it is a beginner class, I don't want to tell you a lot of things, but Pandas is also having automated. You no need to type this question in ChatGPT. There are packages, LLM packages inside Pandas. Maybe at the end of Pandas class, I will tell you where after installing that Python package, you can just write English question. Okay, what kind of English question? In this, do you have to convert your into YY format, and the code will be generated automatically, Pandas code. So in one line, entire coding is already automated. You should not focus a lot of time in coding. Just understand so that you can ask right question. Coding is automated. You are a fool if you are coding from scratch, at least the basic things. Advanced things, okay, you have to code, which ChatGPT doesn't know. But Pandas and then Plotly charts, these are okay. So this ChatGPT is an AI tool and it can give you very accurate AI code, especially AI code, it can give you very accurate. Right? I don't know about other domain, but I have validated. So AI code, it is generating 100% correct. In fact, you might not be writing so well, like how ChatGPT will give you, or any LLM model will give you. Leave about ChatGPT. There are already Pandas packages. You write your English question and Pandas code will be generated behind the scene. But that level will come when you know the basics first, isn't it? First, you learn how to read a book and then you play the button audio. It will automatically read and you can listen. Right?
Yeah, just
so we will talk about auto.
Yeah, just the last question in this, like in the same context, from the interview perspective, for each of those 20 methods, do we need to remember all the parameters for each of the 20 methods from
No.
interview perspective? Okay.
From the interview perspective, also answer is no.
Okay.
You
so not
just
all the parameters.
Because see, it will not come in interview for sure, but because you are learning for the first time, I am encouraging you to explore if you have time.
Okay.
But interview, I'll tell you what is happening in the interview nowadays. In the interview, everything is project based. So they will not go so much detail about this small things. What they will ask you is, they'll give you, I'll share my will you experience. So they will give you your situation. Okay, we are having petabytes of users, and the users are new to blah blah blah. So situation like this, and they will try to see your problem solving skill, how you're attempting, what is the metric to measure. Are you getting? So the more towards strategic thinking, problem solving, attempting, those kind of the parameters that people are judging, not based on coding, because everybody knows what you can code, and they have a coding test anyway. So if you pass that coding test, then only there will be second, third, fourth round. So if you pass that coding test, means what? You know coding. So they will not ask you any question about coding. And passing that coding test, I think if you have real-time experience, you have worked in Python, pandas and all that, you have done 4 or 5 projects in data science, you can easily do it, right? Only
Right.
1 hour of coding test, that also optional. Many companies, they don't do, but I can see 80% of the company, they are going with coding test. Once coding test is done, none of the round, no one will ask you anything about coding. Everything is on project. Everything is on CV. They will ask you a lot of questions, real time based question, but not on coding. It's project based. How you have handled the real time situation. That is what they will ask you, right? What is the user size? And let's say a lot of questions. So that we will discuss later. But is it clear to everyone? So to answer you, those
Ma'am,
20 methods,
ma'am,
you
I have
should,
a question.
yeah.
So whatever you mentioned in the syllabus, so are you not going to explain them?
No. Whatever I am, see, there are 2 things, okay? Number 1 is whatever I have explained in the syllabus, definitely I'm going to, like, whatever I have mentioned in the syllabus, if I will not explain that, why I have created a syllabus, first of all, right? So obviously, I will explain everything in the syllabus. I know what I'm talking here. Many people will take it negatively. They are expecting still to feed them every parameter and all that methods. I could have been honest, and I can skip and jump, because you will not be even knowing. If I just skip a lot of parameters and jump, you will not be even knowing. But what I'm trying to tell you is, not me, not anyone, not any institute, none of the people in the universe can explain you every parameter of every function. It's especially when you're taking a course like AI, because if you just aggregate, it will be more than 5,000 to 10,000 plus functions. And are you getting? So every library has more than 100 plus functions. And all of those functions, inside them, they have 10, 12, maybe 8, 10 parameters. Most of the time, many of the parameters, many of the instructor themselves, they have not explored because they did not need it. So what I'm trying to tell you is, what is important from every chapter, because it is vast. If you want to learn Dash, Dash is a web development tool. You can spend, maybe you will think, okay, I will complete Dash with 100% expertise. Then I will suggest you to go with HTML first. Spend 1 month of time in HTML, one month of time in CSS, and then learn React. And then you learn Bootstrap, right? And then maybe you can learn Flask, and then come to Plotly. Once you learn Plotly, then come to Dash. Then you build your website. It will take 6 months. When you go to interview, they will not even ask any question from HTML, CSS, React and everything, because the interviewer is looking at your front end skill, not like a web developer, like a data scientist, like a MLOPS engineer. If you have a model, can you build a simple application? We don't need fancy websites. We need professional dashboards. There's a difference between fancy application and professional dashboard. We just need the graphs. That's it. And the explanation. Are you getting? So that's what they're looking. And to do that, maybe 1 month of training is sufficient. You can skip HTML. Basics you should know. And are you getting? So another person, what they did, person 1 spent 6 months. Person 2, they know what they should learn. They picked something from the dash which is interview oriented. For example, HTML core component is important, dash core component. There's a component called bootstrap. This component is completely very, very important. They know what and multiply, then what they have done, 1-2 projects they have done. So they know how to build projects and completed everything in 20 days. They're not expert. They have not, I mean, they're not web developers. They're not expert, but they know what is important from a interview standpoint or industry standpoint. And they can build an app. If somebody is giving in the coding test a data set, they can build an app because they know how to do it. And that is sufficient. In industry also, nobody is asking me. If my manager will ask me to create a professional app, I will tell them, why are you not hiring a web developer? I'm not a web developer. That is not my domain. Having said that, if tomorrow I have to show my work, I have end users. Can I create a simple application where the user can upload the data and see the visualization and 2-3 pages so that I can show my prediction result? Yes, I can do that. So that is important. So how much to learn is very, very, very important rather than learning everything, which is
No,
literally
ma'am,
not possible.
actually, I'm asking about the syllabus only. Whatever you mentioned in the syllabus are not going to explain all those things. For example, we have Python advanced course, right? In this, as part of
Whatever
the,
is there in the syllabus, everything I will explain. Why should not I explain that? And if I will not explain, why I will include it, right?
there is
So
Python advanced course that is also there, exception handling classes, not to go with problem. This
exception
only.
handling, class and all that, it's okay. So exception handling, class, and let me clarify these things, right? So when we do a project without class, I'll show you. Maybe I have shown it in the demo. We will create class packages and all, right? And while we are doing projects, we will understand those concepts, how to create class, how to create package. Without modularizing our code, we cannot deploy it. Random scripts, we cannot deploy it. So obviously we will understand that. When we are writing code, I will talk about exception handling, right? So when we will do project, all of those concepts will come. But if you're expecting me to give you maybe 10 days of class in exception handling and then coming 5 days of class in class and object-oriented concept, and then maybe 10 days in more Python concepts. Let me tell you, this is not a Python course. My primary objective is not at all Python. I'm taking Python as a kind of core Python anyway. I'm just keeping honestly, and I'm just giving you very high level. But advanced Python, for me, advanced Python means data analysis related packages like Dash, like Plotly, like Pandas, like NumPy. When it comes to exception handling, when it comes to class and all that, I believe in today's world when we have ChatGPT, through a project, I can explain you 100%. If you look at the code 1, 2, 3 times, like GitHub, when you have looked at the example, you understood in 10 minutes. Similarly, when you look at a project where we will package and when I will write exception handling and all that, you will understand. While doing, you will understand. There will be no separate session. My focus is machine learning. My focus is deep learning, right? Those things I will give 80% of the time. And then deployment. That is also very important area. Python, I will do it and then you will learn it. That is the way I will teach you Python. And if you think Python, you need extra time, please skip the batch and take 1 or 2 months of extra Python class and then you join. Because if you don't have very, very basic background, this is an advanced course. You will find difficulty understanding it. I mean, I'm not, this is the fact that I'm sharing. Better to skip now, otherwise you will blame me later by not understanding exception handling class. If you have zero background, let's say one person has never seen any programming in the lifetime, when I create object, when I create a class, they will definitely ask. But if some person has done something on class and object, maybe in Java, maybe in C++, or at least know the concepts in their BTech, they will easily relate what I'm talking here. So there is a difference. Python, I'm not at all focusing. So it will come automatically, naturally, because every code is a Python code. And the code is very high level production ready code we will write. It's not Jupyter notebook scripts, right? I have already shown you a demo. It's very much modularized, very much, we will containerize the code. So we will write the requirement.txt, we'll write our packages, we'll call those packages. So while doing that, you should able to understand, right? So to answer you, yes or no, both. So I don't know what is your expectation, but this is what we will cover with respect to Python, right? While doing project, we will learn Python, right? I'm not going to take any extra class for exception handling and file handling. We anyway will do it in all the 4 projects. We have to do it. Without exception handling, let's say database connection is not working, so it will fail, right? So, I mean, from coding, we will understand. It's a reverse way, right? Okay. And one more thing, I think the syllabus, everyone, you got the syllabus. I have already shared it with DURGASOFT today evening. Around 6 p.m. I have shared with them.
No, we have not received, ma'am.
You have not received? Okay, please go through the syllabus. Maybe tomorrow you can go through. Maybe it's evening, so they will share with you. And I think a lot of confusion is because of the syllabus. You really don't know what will be covered and how much in detail. So you are getting confused. My suggestion is please go through the syllabus. What is there in the syllabus to the point. Everything, every topic will be covered. Nothing I will skip. And every topic, whatever is important is included in the syllabus, right? With the objective is to help you to crack interviews. Whatever topics are important has been covered, and how much is important, all the functions that is important from every topic has been covered, right? So please go through the syllabus. Then if you have any queries, we can discuss, right?
Ma'am, I have one more question.
And maybe I am taking questions and everything this week. After this Friday, next Monday onwards, we will freeze the batch, and any demo related question you can directly call to me 1-to-1. And the timing will be 10 to 12 morning, right? Or maybe you can ping me or something. In the class, we will just talk about the topics and related doubt, right? Let's say today I have talked about pandas filter method. If you have any doubt, you can ask me related to the topic. If you have any extra doubt apart from the topics that has been covered in the class, please reach out to me 1-to-1. Why I'm saying? Because it's a group class, so we need to understand about everyone, right? Maybe some people are very senior level and I got a feedback they're getting bored, they want little faster. And having said that, some people are from fresher level, they want little slow. I have to go in between, I have to balance, right? So in a batch class, let's focus only to topic and doubt. If you have any concern, directly you can reach out to me. I can clarify your questions, right? Yeah, Lakshmi, you have last question, so you can go ahead. You are asking something.
Yes, ma'am. Can you please give me 2 projects or 3 projects for writing the resume? So, I mean, in the meanwhile, just we are also preparing for those interviews.
This is not the right time to prepare. I mean, you have to know some concepts, then only you can prepare for something. And you don't even know anything now, right? We just started. This is the first, I will say, from pandas onwards, the course started. So we have just completed 1 or 2 classes in pandas. And what you will prepare with this, right? At least you can start applying for jobs maybe after 20 days or 25 days, or at least after 1 month. But before that, it is, I will not suggest. I mean, what you will tell to I mean, to complete one project, at least you should write your CV, right? I mean, you cannot prepare just, this course is just getting started. So to answer you, Lakshmi, wait after 1 month, you can start applying for jobs. I will say 1 month is even early. Wait for 1.5 months at least. Complete 1 or 2 projects. Then you will understand the flow and then you can apply for jobs. This is too early to apply for anything. You don't know anything about AI. And yeah, so you can understand, you cannot justify the roles. You cannot answer anything, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And the projects will come along with the chapters. For example, let's say we are talking now about pandas. My goal was to complete pandas maybe by next week. Once that is done, you can do projects on pandas. I'll give you assignments. And if you ask me, I will submit some data. I will give you some data set where you can practice pandas, right? We will also do one project in the class dashboard where we will use pandas. So like this, you can give practice. So once pandas is done, we will move to plotly. You have to wait till the plotly chapter is completed. Once the plotly chapter is completed and dash is completed, then you can start working on every chapter, completion of every chapter. You can do some project, but you need to wait till the chapter is over. So using pandas and plotly, now you can do dashboard projects. Then you have to wait. We will start machine learning. While learning machine learning, we will understand statistics, machine value treatment, outliers, feature selection, model building, model validation, model deployment. You need to wait till the machine learning project is completed. Now you know the flow end to end. Then you can download dataset from Kaggle and you can ask me your domain. I'll give you some good datasets. You repeat the same process, whatever we have done. So like this, one by one, step by step, you need to go. And it will take time, right? So I will give you 2 to 3 assignments on pandas, maybe by next mid of next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, right? If you all are can submit, that will be great. And the assignments are really interesting. There will be data set and questions you need to solve, right? I can okay, this is my new system, so I don't have any example here, but yeah, there are 5 to 7 assignments that I can share with respect to pandas. Every assignment will have 5 to 7 questions and a data set. So you need to download the data set and you need to solve the question. For example, what is the average total bag, right? Or what is the minimum total bag in 2015? What is the average sell per region, per geography in 2020, 25 or 22? So questions like this, and you can answer those questions based on the knowledge that you have in this 1 week of pandas training, right? Okay, so much of talking. I'm tired of talking. So I will stop talking tomorrow onwards. Any doubt, anything after you have, I will just take 5 minutes maybe tomorrow to explain you about the flow of the syllabus, because once you have gone through the syllabus tomorrow, if you have any doubt, you can ask that also at the end of the class. And we will start the course. Already pandas is started, so no more talking. Any talking related to doubt, right? If you have any concern, please reach out to me one-to-one or ping me in the WhatsApp group. In the chat window also, you can ping and we can discuss after the class, right?
Sasmitha, I have one question. On
Yeah.
syllabus, I have seen Python practice set questions. Do you have
Yeah.
available on Drive these questions and advanced practice test questions? Do you have
So
available?
you're asking about the question or the solution?
Oh, no, I'm asking, do you have the Python practice set questions on the Drive?
I think I have uploaded. Let me cross check once. 10 questions I have uploaded for the core Python part.
And then Python advanced too?
Yeah, this is your assignment Python. And, this is what it is. So there are simple questions. You can try to do it based on all the topics that has been covered. And the solution is also there down.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the solution, yeah. There are some 7, 9, 10 questions, right?
Okay. And same as for other topics too, for Python advanced and then for pandas.
Yeah,
Are these
pandas I will
available on
give
the-
you, yes. So pandas assignment I will give you. I have very good assignments, topic-wise assignment, right? One assignment is focused on group by, one assignment is on merge join, one assignment is on filter. So I think starting from tomorrow onwards, when I will complete the filter part, you can work on assignments parallelly. I can upload assignment maybe tomorrow after I complete filter operation. Okay?
Yeah, that
Selection,
sounds
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
No problem.
Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am, is it true that most of the time you'll be working with pandas in real time also?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not going to work on real time, why should I have included
No,
this, right? I mean,
like
what is the use of?
Like my question is most of the time, right? I have seen somewhere that 80% of the time we'll be doing cleaning the data. Like I do not
So
have,
how you will clean the data?
yeah, using pandas, I got it. Like I'm just asking a question that is it true? Like because I've seen it somewhere in social media. So I want to
Yeah,
confirm.
you figure it out whether it is true or not. You
Yeah.
will figure it out when you do
Almost
your first
everyone,
ML project.
everyone was saying the same thing. I'm just asking,
Yeah,
is it
don't ask me or don't trust everyone. You do it yourself. So when we do our first machine learning project, you will see the flow, the complete machine learning project flow. And from that flow, you will understand about the steps. And then you will understand how much time each step is taking, right?
yes,
From there, you will understand.
I have done one project, entire machine learning project, but the problem is that I am not satisfied with it because almost 80% of the work which I have done is almost like it is readily available with ChatGPT. So I'm not getting satisfaction from it. Like
Okay, then I think this is not a relevant question at all because everyone has ChatGPT, every IT programmer, right? Not
Yeah.
only pandas. If you are, I mean, I can skip this question as of now because I think everyone knows the answer. So everyone, like whether you are a software engineer, DevOps engineer, IT, you are in technical means you if you are writing some code means ChatGPT can help you in coding. So what's the big deal? Maybe it is a pandas code or machine learning code or DevOps code or your
yes, ma'am.
software engineering code, web development code. So is that mean like web developers they should stop
No, like
learning
my
web
question
development?
is,
No.
like my question is suppose if I see the leaderboard in Kaggle, there will be rank number. Like where the difference comes from? It's there are so many. They are ranked on the basis of accuracy, right? Like if they follow the same process, use the same functions, so, like where the difference?
Yeah. So it is, I
I'm somewhat
understand.
naive to the this field, ma'am. So I just I'm asking.
Got it. I totally agree with you. So when you are naive, I think all of this question will confuse you because you really don't know. I mean, a lot of the if you're thinking like algorithms are same, so like what is the difference? So when you, my answer to you is when you learn yourself, you will understand the difference. So wait for some time, and definitely there is a difference, right? Otherwise, I mean. All projects will be same. Why projects are different with respect to each other, right? So to know what is the difference between projects and how to handle those differences and how you can kind of, I mean, what is happening real time, you need to work on some projects. Until unless you do different projects from different segments, from different types, you will not able to understand. Whatever I will talk now is irrelevant to you because you are new. Are you getting? Somebody will teach me quantum computing now. Will I understand everything? No, because I don't have a background. Are you getting? So the professor will tell me blah blah blah. I will just listen. I will not understand anything. I don't know what he is talking about. I have no background. So what I'm talking is if you have a background about quantum computing and then you have some query and somebody is answering, then you will understand. So whatever I will tell you right now, you will not understand anything because you don't have any idea about AI right now. What I'm asking you to do is please wait, see the projects, how the flow is. All the projects are of different type. Absorb the project, play with different data sets by your own after the class, and you yourself will get your answer. You really don't need me to give you answer. Okay, data cleaning is taking a lot of time or model building is taking a lot of time. Okay, ChatGPT is writing all of the code, then why I need a data scientist? Okay, this is the pain point. This is the advantage. So all of this thing you will figure out, right? Okay, fine. So I think we all are good. And one more thing is, if you please confirm your enrollment once you have seen the syllabus by end of tomorrow. Monday onwards, the link is changing and I need to really full 1 hour we need to complete the syllabus also on time because I have given a commitment to you that I will finish the course on time. Given the situation of the market, which is not so good, I cannot simply stretch further, right? So I have to end this demo and everything by this Friday, and Monday onwards, I will not entertain any outside question. If you have any doubt, anything related to the topic, please ask me. I will repeat. If you could not understand, maybe I'll give you extra time. But any social knowledge related question, please take help. Lot of LinkedIn professionals are available. Lot of ChatGPT, Google, lot of places are available. You can take help. And some question you will answer yourself and get answer when you spend some more time. You are naive. You don't know the industry. When you start working on the project, then only you will figure out a lot of things. Now you will be super confused. I totally agree with you. When you start learning something new, you will be super confused. But you should, at least one line, you should tell to yourself, there is something in this artificial intelligence, right? That is the reason entire industry is running after it. And you cannot simply say artificial intelligence is nothing. If ChatGPT is running a whole the code, what is the purpose? If that is the case, why there is a rigorous hiring for AI engineers in the market? If AI engineers are not in demand, ChatGPT is writing the AI engineers code or any other code, why there is like you can say like a lot of demand in market? So there should be something, and that something you will figure it out when you will learn AI. After you complete the AI course, if you like, if you have any, this kind of doubt will not be there in your mind, right? So I think then tomorrow onwards, we will be focusing to the point, and anything related to the syllabus, I will answer. Anything outside, like I have explored this, I have done this many projects from somewhere, I know this, and will this be affected? All this market, all of this situation, all of this outside questions, social knowledge questions, we will skip. We have already discussed a lot about it. We will skip and we will focus to the point to our syllabus and content. And I will assure you whatever is there in the syllabus will, right? Okay. Sorry if I'm harsh towards some people, but what I mean to tell you is the whole objective is, two things I just want to summarize. The first thing is, it is very common. I really understand that when you are starting to learn something new, you are super confused. A lot of things are going on in market. You really don't know what is true, what is wrong. My answer to that is, you cannot figure it out anything until unless you try the same thing by yourself. No one can answer you, not me, no one. Until unless you figure it out, you try, you make your hands dirty, you try some AI projects yourself, you will not be satisfied by anyone's answer. Second thing is, do not expect from me to spoon feed you. The whole objective of me taking this class is to show you the path. Show you the path means it's not like show you the path. The meaning of that is every library, every tool, 80% of the content you can learn spending 20% of the time. That is what I can give you. And by spending 20% of time, if you are gaining 80% of knowledge, you are interview ready. That is what is necessary. Now, what next you can do after this course? Be with those 20%. Be with those 20%. Don't try to learn 100%. Sorry, be with whatever we have discussed in the syllabus. Be with those topics. Don't randomly go here, there and learn something new. No. Next target is expertise. Go in depth. And this is the mistake 99% of the people will do. They will wonder. So today they are learning AWS. 1-2 service they will learn. Tomorrow they have seen some news. Okay, Azure is coming up. GCP is coming up. They will skip AWS. They will learn Azure. After that, GCP market is going. So are you getting hopping? So this is not going to help anyone. What is my suggestion? Doesn't matter what is happening to the industry. Doesn't matter what new tools, techniques, whatever is coming. You focus on the syllabus that has been covered in this course and try to be expert in those. Okay, what does that mean? ML flow is covered. Any question, anyone in this world is asking you related to ML flow, you should not fail to answer. Do research, spend multiple hours, every module you learn, everything you explore. I have covered machine learning, 7 algorithms. I have skipped many algorithms. Do not just wonder, okay, superficially learning 1-2 algorithm will not help you. 7 algorithms, all the maths, all the derivation, implementation. Using those 7 algorithms, one project you have done in the class, 5 more projects you try to do by your own. So the approach is, once you know the path, practice more on the topic rather than wandering here, there. If you keep that, you will keep searching. You will not get a job. You will not get a job. The interviewer, I can show you the job description. They will write, we know we will not get a candidate with 100% match. If you want, I can show you the job description right now in front of you. In the job description, they are writing, we know we will not get a candidate with 100% match, but what we are looking for is at least some relevant match. What do you mean by that? 50-60%. And with that, you can get in-depth knowledge is important than superficial wandering here, there, all the topics. I talked a lot today. Sorry for it. I wasted a lot of your time, but I am just telling you the mistakes that new learners are doing. And that is the reason they keep learning for years and years. And they will never able to complete the syllabus. Still, they will not get a job. You need to learn to the point, how much is needed, practice more, write a nice CV and apply. Get rejected, be prepared 5, 6, 7, 10 times. 11th time, definitely you will get a job. Because you know the pattern. Are you getting? So be confident that whatever topics are covered is important and you cannot skip those. You become expert. And what next, if you ask, I will tell you the path also. Next level path. If you ask me, I will give you a roadmap. Okay, this things has been covered. Okay, this next thing you can explore. That you can explore. But first expert in these things, then you go to the next level. That is the correct approach. Okay, I think I talked a lot. Sorry about it, but that's the only thing. I also do the same mistake. I wonder here, there, and then I understood. Wondering will not help. Today, Gemini Pro is coming. Tomorrow, OpenAI is something new. ChatGPT 4 is coming. After that, Falcon is coming. You keep wondering. It's not. You cannot catch the pace AI is running. You cannot catch, and you be calm. Whatever you know your best. And in industry, 90% of the people, they are not expert. That is the good thing, I'll tell you. In fact, 99% of the people, they're not expert. They just know superficially. And if you are the 1% who knows the thing in an expert level, maybe 3 algorithm doesn't matter. But I know the 3 algorithm from here to there, everything, every parameter, every function, everything I know about those algorithms. That will help you crack an interview. Are you getting? So in-depth is important to get an interview, crack an interview. Superficial knowledge anybody can give, right? So that is not important. In-depth. Select topics, go in-depth. That is the trick to crack interviews. Right? Okay. I think we can connect maybe tomorrow, and tomorrow onwards, we will be to the point. Please do not interrupt me in between, and do not ask any question which is not relevant to the syllabus, right? We will focus to the syllabus questions.
Sasmitha, you told like Saturday you were taking like Python revision class. Are you going to take that?
You have enrolled. You got access to the Python
I've
folder?
I have enrolled, Sasmitha.
Okay. So you have any specific doubts or any topic? You have gone through the recording?
No, I didn't get this Google Drive path yet. So I contacted DURGASOFT. They told they will be providing the access. So I'm yet to receive that access.
Okay, no problem. So you first get the access, go through the Pandas recording.
Okay.
You are there in the WhatsApp group?
No. I asked yesterday. You told you will be giving today the link of that so that I can join that.
Okay. So that thing, I think, anyway, we already wasted a lot of time today. Time is very important. We should not waste like this for talking. I'm seriously sorry for this, right? But anyway, today is the last class. Tomorrow onwards, it will be to the point, syllabus oriented. I just talked so much because, you know, as an instructor, I have seen my student, I have seen myself, I have seen many of my colleagues who did this mistake. And it's very common to do this mistake. I know all of you will do that. And the way the world is going, it's very common to do that mistake. Having said that, that will not help you landing a job. So I'm repeatedly telling in-depth is very important. Don't wonder. So you expert in one, that's fine. You know AWS, you don't know GCP. I don't know GCP. I cracked every interview where they have clearly mentioned GCP is mandatory. I will give you examples. There's a call from General Mills. The role is for GCP engineer. And in my CV, there is no word with respect to GCP. Having said that, I'm very expert in AWS. And I rejected, but they have like not hired, but at least I have cleared 2-3 rounds with AWS. So they're also human, they're open. So, but when you're saying you're expert, you should be expert in that. You can skip. Even if it is not matching, you can apply. But things you know means no, don't know means don't know. That works. Be honest. So just don't learn things superficially. That is not going to help you. I'm just sharing you the link. People who have not joined the WhatsApp link, I'm just sharing. So please join through this link, right? Cracking interview is a trick. I think I have seen from many IITians, they fail because of silly mistake. You should not repeat that. Okay.
Ma'am,
So
do you
I'm
provide
just
any
sharing.
mock interviews? Like, do you take like apart from score?
I have my top mat
Okay.
account recently I have created.
Okay.
I really have no time for one-to-one mock interview. I have a lot of plans, but less time. So maybe we can discuss that
Yes,
offline,
ma'am. It will
right?
be much useful, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like, because if we talk about it, we get to know. Yes.
Yes, yes. I know that is
Yes.
very important mock interview.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I am just sharing this thing. The link, right? 1 second. Just copied it. Okay. I'm just pasting the link. You can join everyone, right? Yeah, I mean the pattern is I can share whatever from best of my knowledge, but yeah, why this is copied? Yeah, I have shared. Please join through that link, right? I'll wait for everyone to join. Meanwhile, while you are joining, I just want to show you the pattern. The pattern is first, most of the company, they will have a round. Mostly the hiring manager will talk to you just to, it's the initial screening. They will just talk about your CV, nothing much, right? What you have done and your past experience. They'll talk about their products, their team, their expectation. All of those is normal talk. And if they find you interesting, your profile interesting, then they will take you to the second round, which is a coding test. So that's what I was saying. So coding test is already there. So if you clear that, there's no coding question further. Nowadays, because of ChatGPT, your video should be enabled and your web browser will be tracked. A lot of things they are restricting. You have to clear a coding test. For Twilio, I think I cleared the first round. For second round, I have interview tomorrow. 1 hour coding test. I don't know what they will ask, but it is 1 hour coding test. Similarly, for other companies, it is 1 hour, mostly 1 hour coding test. Maybe from data structure, maybe from data science, they will ask you questions. Once you clear that round, third round will be easy. Rest all round will be easy, right? Now, third round will be again technical round, third and fourth round. Some company has fourth round, some company they just roll out after third round. It's a technical interview. Again, it is based on your CV. So they will ask you question based on your CV, your project, what you have done. And they will ask you to solve some of their problems that they're facing. For example, in Twilio, they have asked me about recommendation engine, right? And based on a situation, how to solve this, how to absorb, how to validate your model, how you can guess what kind of problem your project, but how you can guess what the interviewer will ask you from their side. What I have done is I have gone to Twilio side, I have explored what they are doing. So you need to understand, if you're really interested for if it is your dream job, you need to do that homework. Cannot blindly go, right? Need to see in what domain they are into, what kind of projects they are building. You can really correlate things are like they're human, so you need to impress them, nothing much, right? Technical knowledge and a positive mindset. What I have done is I have gone to Twilio site. I'm just talking because this might help some of you. And I have searched staff data scientist, everyone who is in Twilio, staff data scientist, like this. You can see in my search history, you can see staff, let's say, first is your company name, which you're applying for, right? Let's say this company I'm applying for, and here I'm just searching for staff data scientist. For every role, you should do this, right? And how, let's say I've searched for staff data scientist, you come to people, right? Anyway, this is the role for which I'm applying for, okay? Now you go to jobs, not jobs, sorry, people. You need to go to people and see what kind of things they're doing from there. And this is very important. This is not a time pass. And why I'm telling you, from this, you will understand what kind of problem they're solving before the interview. You will be preparing yourself based on that. I can predict, okay, based on what Twilio is doing, based on the interaction, based on, and you ask question in the first round, what they're doing. And that will help you to understand more about their product, right? And in the first round, you prepare yourself for the third round. In the first round, you ask, rather than they asking, you also ask what kind of projects you are building, what kind of work you're doing. I am guessing tomorrow's coding test will be on NLP, text data, because most of the projects are on text data, right? Now, what I can do is you can see computer vision, NLP, right? A lot of their people who are in staff data scientist level, they are working on NLP project. That is what I found. Then what you can see is some profile you can just click and then you can explore. One of the profile I have explored is maybe Ashish's profile. Why? Because he has a very great fan follower and he's also an instructor. Ashish someone, right? Yes, Ashish Paul. So what I have done, I have clicked here and I just gone through his description and other things. I'm just telling you an example and how you can crack interviews. It's all relevant. If you go here, can you see he has added one thing, right? Verify. So some project he has worked. Fraud detection. This is the project he has worked. I have gone there, and from here I found this fraud guard. I have learned. I have read this document, and you will not believe the hiring manager 30 minutes call. I joined 10 minutes late. I had only 20 minutes left. And before 5 minutes, he was sure that I should go to the next round. Why? Not because of my technical expertise, because I'm really interested in this company. That is what he found. Why? I have talked about Fraud Girl. I know their product. Before the interview, I have explored what all are the products. And you will not believe, you can check. My next round will be taken by Ashish, who has created this. Based on my interaction, the VP, right? Based on my interaction with the VP, he's a junior member. This role is a senior staff data scientist role. He's a senior data scientist, but because I talked about the product, which I really find interesting, the next round is with Ashish. And this is how you can relate. Are you getting? So interviews it's not like blindly you can go. A lot of things you need to do from your side. Technical plus interest also matters, right? And they're so impressed. Before they talk about their company, I know a lot of things, what they do. I read all of these things at high level, and I talked about the products, the space they're into, and they're really impressed. That gives a positive note. And your salary expectation depends on your interview. It's not like blindly whatever 20, 30, 40, 50% and they will give you. No, they have a bucket, 45 to let's say something, right? So they give some company joining bonus, retention, and then stock, and then all of these things. Only 1 to 5% employee. Everyone, even if you are cracking interviews, if they are really impressed, they don't want to lose you. They'll give you a lot of things to retain you. You're getting? So you have to be like this. You cannot blindly go to an interview, right? And I hope this will help many of you. Things are simple. People are human. You just need to read their mind and talk what they like to listen, and they'll hire you. If you have technical knowledge, I think you can justify, right? And this is my track record, 99% success, except 2 companies I have selected in every company that I have applied for. You can check my resume. If I want every month, I can switch company. But because it looks so ugly in my resume, every job hopping so bad, so I'm not doing it much. But what I mean to tell you is getting a job is reading mind of the person who is taking your interview and reading mind of the company, the role, the objective, why they're hiring you, and then matching with their expectation, not your matching with their expectation. They need it. What they need it, you should fulfill that. For example, they are working in NLP. I don't know anything about NLP. I have not done anything. But if I'm interested to apply for Twilio for this role, I have to tweak my CV. I need to add projects related to what they need. You need to fulfill what they need. Then only you'll get your dream job. Any job you can get, but dream job is a difference, right? I mean, if you are applying for dream job, you need to do your homework before you attend the interview. And this is a very good practice you should do, everyone. It's not about talent, it's about interest and mindset, right? Anyways, I hope this is helpful. So hence onwards, whenever you are trying to apply to your dream job, not every job, but dream job, you go to LinkedIn, you search for the same role, you go to people, read about their profile, what kind of product they are working on, go to Google, some white paper you read, understand about the company, understand about the projects. In the first round, try to understand what the team is doing, what kind of problem they're solving. Based on that, your second and third round question will be, right? And you try to explain or give more emphasis on the projects, what they are looking for. For example, I know that this person is more towards messaging. You can see messaging. Messaging is text. I know that they're very much interested in message. In my whole career, in last 3 years, I have done only 2 projects in messaging. Rest all project, not messaging, NLP. Rest all projects are on time series and other thing. I have when I have started explaining, the first thing that I have explained is competitive intelligence. It's a NLP based project, and the interviewer was mind blown. Like, it's so impressed because that is what he want to listen. If I will explain him manufacturing G project, will he be interested? No, that is not relevant. Like this, you need to control their mind before they control you. And what they need, you need to deliver. Are you getting? So this is what is the trick. And following this, you can crack interviews easily, not a difficult task. Is it helpful or I'm just talking? Is it helpful? If not helpful, I'll stop. Right?
No, it's very
Okay.
helpful
It was
because
This is,
I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
before getting into the job, we have to go through the interview. So cracking the interview is the main thing.
correct.
Everybody can learn on the job.
Yes. And in fact, whoever is your hiring manager, have you done this? Every time I do this, whoever is your hiring manager, his name will be there in the interview list. Please go and check their LinkedIn profile end to end, everything, starting from their day 1 to, because whatever the interviewer is knowing, that is what they will ask you, isn't it? If the interviewer is expert in one thing, very high probability that he'll ask you related to that. So what the interview is like, you need to study the interview profile also before you jump directly into the interview. So that is one positive thing that you should do. And I am giving you, it's not easy to crack Twilio interview. It's a complete work from home. Don't believe me, go to Glassdoor and you check the job I mean, the packages they're offering, base package is 65, 75 like that. With that, stock, bonus, a lot of things are there, and it goes on and on. So when you think like it's a very, and the job that they're doing is very high level AI they're working on. It's work wise also it is very much interesting, right? So if you're really interested, you have to, it's blindly if you go, you cannot. So you compare yourself, some person has come blindly, and you know that they have 1,000+ applications for the same role, and you have to, there are only one role, and you can understand the competition. So you have to be little extra prepared nowadays when you're going for interviews. And don't complain. Many people, they don't even know who is taking interview. They don't know why they're going for the interview. They don't know what is the JD is about. They have never studied the JD correctly. They don't know what projects they have written in the CV, copy pasted from Google. Somebody else work, they have copy pasted. And they don't know, I mean, nothing. And then just blindly go into interview. Definitely you will fail. Right? Okay, lot of talking, but yeah, I think if it is helpful to you, I will be happy. Please prepare before you go to interview, right? Okay, thank you everyone. We'll connect tomorrow.
Thank you, Sasmitha.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.